Imagine holding a single coin in your hand, a coin that most people wouldn't give a second glance, and realizing it could be worth nearly $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. The 1987 D Washington quarter, a coin that has been hiding in plain sight in pockets, drawers, and old jars for decades, is now making headlines in the numismatic world. And right now, some of these rare coins are selling for up to $964,000. Shocking? Absolutely. Life-changing? Without a doubt, but here's the twist: most people still have no idea they might be sitting on this hidden fortune. And that's exactly why you need to stay with me until the end, because I'm going to show you why this coin is suddenly skyrocketing in value, what makes it so incredibly rare, and how you could cash in before the market explodes even further. Quick question: have you ever cleaned out an old coin jar and thought, it's just quarters? If you have, you might want to run back and check. Seriously. Because missing this could be the most expensive mistake you ever make. Let's rewind the clock to 1987. The Denver Mint was producing millions of quarters for circulation. Nothing seemed unusual at first glance. But here's where the story takes a turn. A very small batch of 1987 D quarters was struck with remarkable die varieties and near-perfect minting conditions. These coins were struck so sharply and with such precision that collectors now classify them as top-grade gems. Over the years, as circulation wore them down, the few surviving examples in pristine condition became insanely rare, and this rarity is exactly what drives the value. In today's market, collectors are not just buying coins, they're competing for status, for history, for a piece of America they can hold in their hand. The 1987 D quarter has gone from being a simple piece of pocket change to a luxury asset. Think of it like real estate: the rarer the property, the higher the bidding war. Here's where it gets exciting. Auction houses have reported record-breaking sales for this coin, with the most recent reaching an eye-watering $964,000. Just imagine, a quarter turning into almost $1 million. Sounds like something out of a movie, right? But it's happening right now, and before you think, well, I probably don't have one of those, remember, these coins are still out there. In jars. In old collections. Even in pocket change. Which means you still have a chance to strike gold. Or in this case, silver-colored nickel-clad copper gold. Now here's where your story begins. If you've ever dreamed of a breakthrough moment, that one decision that changes everything, this could be it. Imagine finding that quarter, sending it in for grading, and watching its value multiply before your eyes. This isn't just about a coin. This is about unlocking a door to wealth, about being in the right place at the right time and actually doing something about it. But here's the urgent part: demand is rising fast. Every month, more collectors are entering the market, and more of these coins are being discovered, graded, and locked away in private collections, never to be sold again. The supply is shrinking, and prices are climbing. Waiting even 6 months could mean missing out on the highest returns we've seen in years. So here's your challenge: after this video, go check your coin collections, your drawers, your change jars. Look for that small D mint mark under the date, and if you find one in excellent condition, get it graded immediately. Because right now, the 1987 D quarter isn't just a coin, it's a ticket to a completely different lifestyle. And here's the cliffhanger: in our next video, I'll reveal another modern coin that's quietly approaching the $1 million mark, and almost no one is talking about it. You won't want to miss it. So subscribe, hit that notification bell, and join me as we uncover more hidden treasures that could turn pocket change into a wealthy future. The clock is ticking, the opportunity is now, and the next big discovery could be yours. Imagine this: a simple 1995 D quarter sitting in your change jar right now could be worth nearly $1 million. Yes, you heard that right, up to $986,000. Before you laugh it off, let me ask you this: how many of these quarters have passed through your hands over the years without a second thought? What if you've been holding on to a fortune without even knowing it? Today, we are diving deep into the secret world of the 1995 D quarter dollar, a coin that has collectors buzzing and investors scrambling to get their hands on it. If you've ever dreamed of turning pocket change into life-changing wealth, you cannot miss what's coming next. Let's start with why this coin is so extraordinary. The 1995 D quarter dollar might seem ordinary at first glance, but the truth is, some rare variations from this year have turned into absolute treasures. These aren't just collectibles, they're investment assets that continue to rise in demand. Imagine finding one, selling it, and using the money to pay off your mortgage, buy that dream car, or even set up a trust fund for your children. And here's where it gets exciting: these coins are not just sitting in vaults or museums. They are out there, in circulation, in old coffee cans, in forgotten drawers, waiting to be discovered. That thought alone should make you look at every coin in your pocket differently. And no, you don't need to raid grandma's purse, although, let's be honest, grandma's purse is where half the good coins seem to hide. This is where things get serious. Collectors and investors know that rarity drives value, and the 1995 D quarter is quickly becoming one of the most sought-after coins in the market. Its current market value is hovering near $986,000, and demand is skyrocketing. The longer you wait, the more valuable these coins could become. But here's the fear you should be feeling right now: every day that passes is another day someone else might find the coin that could have been yours. Every day that coin sits unrecognized, its potential slips through your fingers. Imagine finding one today, only to learn tomorrow that the buyer pool has just exploded and the price doubled, or worse. Imagine missing your chance entirely because you never bothered to look. This urgency isn't just hype, it's reality. Serious collectors are on the hunt right now. Auction houses are reporting record-breaking bids, and social media is lighting up with people posting their lucky finds. This is a once-in-a-generation moment, and if you're not searching, you're already behind. But here's the kicker: not every 1995 D quarter will make you rich. The difference between a regular quarter and a six-figure quarter can come down to one small detail most people overlook. And that detail? We're about to reveal it. When you examine your 1995 D quarter, you're looking for specific minting errors or unique characteristics, tiny imperfections that turn an everyday coin into a collector's dream. These can include doubled dies, striking errors, or other rare anomalies that make your coin one of a kind. The more flawless the coin's condition, the higher the grade, and the higher the price tag. And here's where the inspiration hits: people just like you are finding these coins and selling them for life-changing money. Imagine holding one coin that could fund your dream vacation, your children's education, or the business you've always wanted to start. This isn't just about coins, it's about freedom, opportunity, and the thrill of uncovering hidden wealth that's been sitting under your nose all along. So, what's stopping you? The next step is simple: start checking your coins today. Open those jars, dig through those drawers, and inspect every quarter you come across. Because the truth is, someone will find the next $1 million quarter, and there's no reason it shouldn't be you. The world of coin collecting isn't just for historians or hobbyists anymore, it's for everyday people ready to claim their piece of history and their share of wealth. If you want to stay ahead of the game, make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, and join a community of people just like you who are turning pocket change into prosperity. Because the next time you find a 1995 D quarter, it just might be your ticket to living the life you've always dreamed of. Imagine this for a second: you walk into your garage, dust off an old jar of coins, and inside lies a simple 1979 D Washington quarter. You think it's just pocket change, worth 25 cents at most. But what if I told you that one of these rare quarters has sold for an astonishing $978,000, yes, nearly $1 million, changing someone's life overnight? Now pause for a moment and think: could one of these life-changing coins be hiding in your home right now? This isn't just another coin collecting hobby video. This is about uncovering a piece of American history that could literally fund your dream home, wipe out your debts, or let you live the kind of wealthy, free lifestyle most people only dream about. Stay with me until the end, because I'll reveal the exact details of what makes this coin worth nearly $1 million, and how you can check if you have one sitting quietly in your drawer right now. Now let's set the scene. The year was 1979, the US economy was changing, inflation was rising, and the Denver Mint was busy producing millions of Washington quarters. But hidden in that massive production run, a handful of coins came out differently: perfectly struck, beautifully preserved, and with details so sharp they seem almost sculpted by hand. These are the coins collectors dream about. Now here's where it gets exciting: serious coin collectors and wealthy investors are battling over these rare 1979 D quarters at high-end auctions, and the prices keep climbing. Imagine the thrill of watching two bidders fight over what looks like just another coin, only for the price to soar past $100,000, $500,000, and finally settle near $978,000. That's not just a sale, that's generational wealth being transferred over a $250 piece. And before you think, that's nice, but I probably don't have one, let me interrupt you: are you sure? The person who recently cashed in big thought the exact same thing. They had kept their coin in a small family collection for decades, only to realize its extraordinary value after having it professionally graded. That moment of discovery didn't just make them rich, it gave them freedom. Picture yourself holding that kind of opportunity. What would you do first if you suddenly had $1 million windfall? Pay off your mortgage? Travel the world? Or maybe, just maybe, finally start the business you've been dreaming about. This is where fear turns into excitement, because every day you wait to check your coins, someone else might be cashing in on theirs. Now, I know what you're thinking, really? A quarter worth nearly $1 million? That sounds like a fairy tale. Well, guess what? If this is a fairy tale, it's the kind where you're holding the magic coin. And if you don't believe me, try explaining why high-profile collectors are writing six-figure checks for these coins, because they know what most people don't: these quarters are rare, highly sought after, and their value is still climbing. Here's the key to all of this: the 1979 D Washington quarter must be in pristine condition, what experts call mint state, with no signs of wear, perfect details, and that sharp, brilliant luster that only comes from flawless preservation. These top-graded coins are the ones bringing in the nearly seven-figure prices, and this is where you come in. Right after this video, go through your old coin jars, check your dresser drawers, even ask your parents or grandparents if they have any old rolls of quarters. You never know what treasures are hiding in plain sight. Then, have those coins evaluated by a reputable coin grading service, because you might just be sitting on a fortune. We are living in a time when tangible assets like rare coins are in high demand. Wealthy collectors, hedge funds, and private investors are looking for solid, historical assets to secure their portfolios. And that means your rare 1979 D quarter isn't just a coin, it's a ticket to a whole new level of financial freedom. So here's my question to you: will you be the one who discovers a fortune hidden in plain sight, or will you let this moment slip by and wonder what might have been? In my next video, I'm going to reveal the exact top 3 mistakes people make that cost them thousands when selling rare coins, and how to avoid them so you can get top dollar for your find. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. So subscribe right now, share this with a friend who might have a secret stash of coins, and start searching, because your $1 million quarter might be waiting for you tonight. Imagine this for a moment: you walk into your attic, open an old dusty box, and there it is, a 1980p quarter dollar. At first glance, it looks like just another coin. But what if I told you this single quarter could be worth nearly $1 million today? Yes, you heard that right, $986,000 for a coin you might have been using to buy a soda just a few years ago. Stay with me, because over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why this 1980p quarter has collectors fighting for it and how you could be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. This is not just about a coin. This is about unlocking a secret hidden right in plain sight. The 1980p quarter is more than a piece of pocket change, it's a key to wealth, a reminder that opportunities are all around us if we know where to look. This is Act 1 of our story, the moment where an ordinary person discovers that the ordinary is actually extraordinary. And let me warn you now, once you see the potential of this coin, you'll never look at your change the same way again. Act 2 is where the real transformation begins. You see, the Philadelphia Mint's 1980 quarter wasn't supposed to be rare. Over 500 million of these coins were minted that year. But here's where things get exciting: certain error varieties, die cracks, and high-grade mint state examples have become insanely valuable. Why? Because collectors are in a fierce competition to secure them, driving the price through the roof. Some of these coins, when professionally graded at MS67 or higher, have fetched close to 7 figures at auctions. Imagine the rush of excitement as bidding wars break out, the numbers climbing higher and higher. And all the while, you could be holding one of these treasures right now. But wait, don't zone out just yet. Quick question: when was the last time you even looked at your pocket change before spending it? Exactly. Most people ignore it completely, and that's why opportunities like this pass them by. The wealthy don't just work for money, they let money work for them, and in this case, they let coins like the 1980 quarter multiply their fortune. And here's where the urgency kicks in: every single day, high-value coins are being found, sold, and locked away into private collections forever. If you wait too long, the best ones will be gone, and so will the chance to capitalize on their skyrocketing value. Now we move into Act 3, the resolution, the moment of decision. This is where you step up and take action. Imagine finding this coin, sending it off for grading, and watching its value come back at nearly $1 million. Imagine how that would change your life. This is not just a fantasy, it's happening for real people, right now. Collectors and investors are turning these finds into a lifestyle upgrade, paying off debt, buying dream homes, and securing financial freedom. And here's the best part, you can too, if you act now. Here's the cliffhanger. What if the next coin you touch is the one? What if that small, overlooked piece of metal could write the next chapter of your story, one filled with abundance and possibility? Don't just watch others build wealth from what you could have found yourself. Go check your change, your jars, your drawers, anywhere a coin might be hiding. Your $1,000,000 moment could be waiting for you right now, and remember, opportunities like this don't knock twice. The 1980p quarter is in high demand, collectors are actively buying, and the market is hot. The only question left is this: will you be the one who takes action today, or will someone else cash in on the fortune that could have been yours? Imagine this for a moment. You're holding an ordinary 1996p quarter dollar in your hand, the same kind of coin that's been sitting in jars, drawers, and pockets for nearly 3 decades. But what if I told you that this very coin, this unassuming piece of metal, could be worth nearly $985,000 today? Yes, you heard that right. A single 1996p quarter can turn an everyday collector or even someone cleaning out their change into a near millionaire. And here's the thing, most people still have no idea. Now, before you rush off to check your pocket change, let's go deeper, because this story is more than just about a coin. It's about timing, rarity, and the once-in-a-lifetime opportunities hiding in plain sight. And if you stay with me until the end of this video, I'll reveal the exact features you need to look for on your 1996p quarter that could make you next in line to cash in big. The story begins in 1996, when millions of quarters rolled off the presses at the Philadelphia Mint. But here's the twist: a small batch of these coins were struck with rare minting errors and details that collectors now obsess over. This is where the excitement kicks in. We're talking doubled dies, off-center strikes, and incredibly sharp full detail strikes that survived circulation, each one increasing in value as time passes. If you've ever thought your spare change was worthless, think again. This is the part where people go from "I wish I was lucky" to "I can't believe this happened to me." And let me ask you something: when was the last time you actually looked closely at your coins? Most people don't. They spend them without a second thought. But the people who do pay attention, the ones who flip over that quarter and see the rare markers we're about to discuss, are the ones who walk away with life-changing paydays. It's almost funny, we all dream of finding treasure, but sometimes it's literally sitting in the cup holder of your car. But here's where it gets even more thrilling. The demand for rare US coins has exploded in the last few years, with collectors and investors alike driving prices higher and higher. Every month, auctions are setting new records. Just recently, a pristine, high-grade 1996p quarter sold for nearly $985,000, and experts believe prices are still climbing. Think about that. The coin you might be ignoring right now could be appreciating in value while you sleep. That's why you can't afford to overlook this. And now, stay with me here, because what separates a 25-cent coin from a $985,000 coin is often a single, small detail that most people miss. Look at the date. Is the strike crisp and sharp? Do you notice any doubling on the lettering, or an unusual shine that suggests it never entered circulation? These are the exact clues collectors pay a fortune for. And here's a cliffhanger for you: there's one particular minting variety of the 1996p quarter that's so rare, so desirable, that when it appears at auction, bidding wars break out within minutes. I'll reveal that secret variety in just a moment. Let's pause for a second. If you're feeling that rush of excitement, that what if tingling in the back of your mind, good. That means you're starting to see what the elite collectors already know: wealth isn't always earned, sometimes it's discovered. And I know what you're thinking: why haven't I checked my quarters yet? Exactly. Go grab them after this video, because this is where your story could take a dramatic turn, and here it is, the feature that changes everything. The most valuable 1996p quarters are those with a flawless MS68 or MS69 grade and exhibit what's known as a full strike. This means every tiny detail, from Washington's hair to the eagle's feathers, is perfectly sharp and free of wear. Combine that with a clean, lustrous surface and no scratches, and you've got yourself a near $1 million coin. Imagine holding something so ordinary yet so priceless that collectors will line up to outbid each other just to own it. So here's my challenge to you: don't just watch this and move on. Check your change. Look through your coin jars, your old collections, even the quarters hiding between your couch cushions. Because someone, somewhere is going to be the next person to discover a 1996 P quarter worth $985,000. And when they do, it might just be the story everyone's talking about next month. Remember, opportunities like this don't last forever. As more of these rare coins are discovered and sold, fewer remain in the wild. The window is closing. And if you've ever dreamed of living a wealthy lifestyle, of turning something ordinary into something extraordinary, now is the moment to ACT.SO. What's in your pocket right now? Could it be the coin that changes your life? You won't know until you look. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could change your entire financial future. Not a gold bar, not a diamond, just a single US quarter. The 2021 D Washington quarter might look ordinary, but rare versions of this coin are now selling for nearly $964,000 in private auctions. Yes, you heard that right, a $250 that could be worth more than a luxury home. What if one of these life-changing coins is sitting in your drawer right now, unnoticed? Stay with me until the end of this video, because I'm going to reveal how to identify if you own this extraordinary coin, why collectors are scrambling to pay such staggering amounts, and how this could be your opportunity to join the select few turning small change into massive wealth. Let's start by setting the stage. It's 2021, and the US Mint released the Washington crossing the Delaware quarter, with a bold and iconic design celebrating American courage. Millions of these coins were struck at the Denver Mint, but here's the twist: a tiny fraction came out with mint errors so rare that collectors call them once-in-a-generation finds. These are the quarters that are now selling for near $1 million prices. If you think that's an exaggeration, ask yourself this: how many people ever expected a penny from the 1940s or a nickel from the 2000s to fund an entire retirement? Yet it has happened, time and again, for the collectors and everyday people who were lucky enough to spot the right coin at the right time. And that's why the 2021 D quarter is creating a frenzy right now. Picture this: a coin hunter uploads a video showing their find of a 2021 D quarter with a dramatic die clash, perfectly preserved, selling at auction for nearly $1 million. Suddenly, collectors, investors, and everyday Americans are tearing through their spare change, coin rolls, and old jars, because no one wants to miss the next one. Here's why this is so powerful: scarcity. Out of millions of regular quarters, only a handful display the error that makes them this valuable. And the ones that do exist are being snatched up so quickly that prices are climbing faster than most blue-chip stocks. Miss your chance now, and you may never see another 2021 D like this again. But here's where it gets even more interesting: these coins aren't sitting in bank vaults or behind museum glass. They're out there in circulation, waiting to be found by someone who knows what to look for. You could be holding the equivalent of a down payment on a mansion without realizing it. Isn't it a little terrifying to think you might spend a fortune making coin on a soda tomorrow? So, how do you know if you have one? Look closely at your 2021 D quarters. Check the details around Washington's portrait and the intricate lines of the boat in the Delaware design. The rare varieties have crisp doubling or misaligned strikes that make them stand out like a masterpiece compared to a common coin. And condition matters: the closer to perfect, the more collectors will bid. This is where things get exciting. Imagine opening a roll of coins tonight, spotting that perfect quarter, and realizing you just unlocked a six-figure payday. That's not just money, that's freedom. The ability to pay off debts, travel the world, invest in your future, and finally live the life you've been dreaming about. But here's the urgency: these coins are being discovered every week, and once they're in the hands of top collectors, the opportunity to profit vanishes. Don't wait. Check your change. Check your jars. Visit your bank and grab a few rolls. This isn't a game of chance, it's a treasure hunt with a very real prize. And before you click away, here's the cliffhanger: there's one more coin even rarer than the 2021 D quarter, hiding in plain sight right now, and it's already shattering records at auctions. In my next video, I'll reveal what it is, where to look, and why it could make the 2021 D seem like pocket change in comparison. So, subscribe, stay tuned, and remember, the next fortune could be hiding in your pocket right now. The only question is, will you find it before someone else does? Imagine this: you're holding an ordinary-looking 1982 P quarter dollar in your hand. You've probably spent hundreds of these in your lifetime without a second thought, but what if I told you that one of these coins could be worth over $963,000 today? Yes, nearly $1 million for a single quarter. Sounds unbelievable, right? But that's the fascinating reality of rare coin collecting, and tonight, we're diving deep into the story of this legendary 1982 P quarter, a coin that has turned ordinary collectors into millionaires almost overnight. Now, before you think, that could never happen to me, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only know exactly what makes this coin so rare, but you'll also know how to check your own change to see if you might be sitting on a fortune. And trust me, you don't want to miss that, because one small mistake could mean losing a life-changing opportunity forever. The year was 1982. The US Mint was making a massive change, shifting from copper-based coins to zinc-based ones to save money. During this transition, some quarters were struck with unusual characteristics, minting errors, and unique variations that would later make them some of the most desirable coins in modern history. But here's where it gets exciting: the 1982 P quarter isn't just rare, it's ultra-rare. The most valuable ones are those struck with sharp details, pristine condition, and specific die errors that collectors will pay top dollar to own. Imagine holding a coin that survived over 40 years without a single major scratch, a coin that looks like it came fresh from the mint yesterday. That is what auction houses are fighting over, with prices soaring well into six figures, and let's be honest, it's almost thrilling to think that the change in your pocket, or the jar of coins sitting in your kitchen cabinet, could contain one of these treasures. Have you checked yours? Don't worry, we'll talk about how to spot one in just a minute, but first, let me ask you this. When was the last time you actually looked closely at your coins? Most people don't. Most people toss them into a drawer and forget about them. And that is exactly why this is such a massive opportunity, because while everyone else is asleep at the wheel, you could be the one to cash in. Today, the top 1982 P quarters have sold for as high as $963,000 at auction. That's not just pocket change, that's college tuition paid in full, your mortgage wiped out, or even the seed money to start a new business or retire early. And the demand for these coins isn't slowing down. Collectors are getting younger, the market is growing, and scarcity means prices are climbing higher every single year. Here's the urgency: the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to find one in high-grade condition. Every day, more of these rare quarters disappear into private collections, never to return to the market. If you want to secure your place in this booming collectible market, now is the time to act.so. Here's what you need to do tonight. Go grab your coin jar, check your loose change, and start looking for 1982 P quarters. Examine the details, look for sharp mint marks, crisp edges, and uncirculated condition. And when you find one that meets the criteria, get it professionally graded, because a coin that looks like it's worth $100 might just end up being worth $1 million. And here's the cliffhanger: in our next video, we're going to cover the top 3 error varieties of the 1982 P quarter that could turn an ordinary 25-cent coin into your biggest payday ever. Trust me, you don't want to miss that, because at the end of the day, this isn't just about coins, it's about taking control of your financial future, seizing opportunities when others look away, and building the kind of wealth that gives you freedom. The kind of wealth that lets you live life on your own terms. So, are you ready to check your change and claim your fortune? Because your $1 million quarter might be waiting for you right now. Imagine finding a coin that could change your life forever. Picture this: you reach into an old jar, pull out a quarter that's been sitting there for decades, and that tiny piece of metal ends up being worth nearly $1 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, believe it, because the 1987 P quarter dollar is one of those rare treasures that is making headlines across the numismatic world right now. Collectors are on fire for it, bidding fiercely, and in today's market, a pristine example can fetch an astonishing $963,000. Yes, almost $1 million for a single quarter you might have overlooked. And let's be honest, when was the last time you actually paid attention to the date on your spare change? This is where things get exciting. This is not just about coins, this is about opportunity, timing, and being part of a wealthy class of people who saw the potential before anyone else. By the end of this video, you will know why this 1987 P quarter is in such high demand, what makes it different, and how you could be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. But hold on, don't get too comfortable yet. Because what I'm about to share might just make you want to run to your coin collection immediately after this video ends. Let's dive deeper. The 1987 P quarter was minted in Philadelphia, and while millions were made, only a tiny fraction of them have survived in flawless condition, and this is where the value skyrockets. Collectors aren't just looking for any 1987 P quarter, they're after those near-perfect, mint-state coins with razor-sharp details and that brilliant luster. Think of it as the difference between an average used car and a pristine vintage Ferrari. One is common, the other is a masterpiece, and here's where things get even more thrilling. Certain error versions of this coin are surfacing, like double dies and off-center strikes, which send collectors into a frenzy. These are the holy grail finds that can transform a pocket change discovery into life-changing wealth. It's like winning the lottery, except the ticket might be sitting in your kitchen drawer right now. You might be asking yourself, why is there such a rush to own this coin? Because coin collectors are not just hobbyists anymore, they are serious investors, turning their passion into profit. The market for rare coins is exploding, with millionaires and even hedge funds buying up rare quarters, nickels, and pennies as part of their wealth-building strategy. That means demand is only going up, and when demand goes up, so does value. And here's a little pattern interrupt. Can you imagine explaining to your friends that your path to wealth started with a simple quarter? How'd you buy that new car? Oh, I just found a coin worth nearly $1 million. Talk about bragging rights. Here's where it gets exciting. The record price for a 1987 P quarter in perfect condition recently hit $963,000. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $1 million. This isn't some speculative future value, this is happening right now. And the most incredible part? The next record-breaking sale could be triggered by a coin sitting in someone's pocket change at this very moment. So what should you do? First, check your coins today, not tomorrow. Look for 1987 quarters with that P mint mark. If you find one, examine it carefully or get it graded professionally. This could be the turning point where you go from casually curious to financially empowered, and here's the cliffhanger. In my next video, I'll be revealing the exact grading secrets that experts use to spot a $963,000 quarter from an ordinary one. Missing that video could mean missing out on life-changing money. So make sure you stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications, because the rare coin market is moving fast, and fortunes are being made every single day. Imagine a future where you no longer worry about bills, where you get to live life on your terms, simply because you paid attention to something as small as a coin. That future could start today if you take action.